Четверг.
Четверг.
Четверг, пятница.
Шкафчик не надо. Привет.
Мой шкафчик на кухне. А, это он. Good morning. Tuesday morning. A bit of rain here in the center of Ukraine. In our little town of Rishyshiv. I've decided to go back to posting on YouTube. The reasons for stopping I won't go into, but I'm definitely convinced that it's time to go back to this. And yeah, it's good. It's good. Just a quick update on where we're at. We picked up this machine yesterday, so we're going to be doing some wood chipping, getting into that, having our guys go out and in the forests and even in the town and do wood chips, and we're going to be drying those and hopefully eventually making briquettes, but even wood chips will be something value for people during this winter that's coming up, when gas is maybe not going to be even available, and if it is available, then it'll probably be of lesser quality than normal, so it won't be heating properly. But anyway, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be heating with wood, and if they can find it, and yeah, we've got a number of people working here today. It's working B-Day in the church building. Sergey and Igor, Italianets, working on the floor. We got Dasha and Misha, who are going to get married in 3 weeks. Lord willing, working on the walls there. I'm going to be painting the wall. We're going to be putting a coat of plaster on the wall today, and a bit later and finishing that off. And we have here Sasha Shustri. Hey Sash. Taking in humanitarian aid that we brought back yesterday from Vinnytsia. I'll show you our sklada. I feel like we can do that now. Our food store, and we just got the shelves finished yesterday. The guys did that as we were on our way back from Vinnytsia, and we have enough grains for more than just the church people, I'm sure. What we'll do is let me start coming from the beginning there. A few weeks back, we informed a church that we knew of down in the Donbass area that we were ready to accept them if they were interested in getting out of the area. And in talking with the pastor, he said there's about 50 people there who they'd like to keep together if they could, from a couple of different villages or towns in the area of Donetsk. And it's a bit funny, actually. He said that they're kind of willing to stay there. They'd gotten used to the bombs falling and rockets, missiles flying overhead, and yeah, it's amazing. And he said they felt like they're kind of even ready to stay there if it was just that. But during the winter, the mayors have said that the gas won't be turned on. So anyone who's heating their apartment with gas, which is basically everybody, or heating their homes with the gas, and they don't have the option of using wood, they've been encouraged to leave the area. So he initially said around about 50 people, and then we'll just before the end of October we'll do another recount, and who knows, things might change. The Ukrainian forces have pushed back the Russians in a number of areas. Who knows? But we're getting ready to accept a heap of people into this building here, the church building, as well as into our home and into another house. So we have maybe 2 houses, and we may even try to find an apartment to rent. But we shall see how that goes. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge on some levels, but also we expect it to be a blessing for us. Even from the perspective of these, a number of these people who are coming are not Christians, so we'll get to share our faith with them. A number are Christians and mature Christians, and they will bless us with their lives as well. So it'll be good to share life with them, assuming that they actually do make it. But we're preparing for that. Along with that, and so we have a heap of produce for them for the next six to 8 months. Staple kind of stuff. Staples. We also have enough to share with other people in our area who need it. We feel like we're still at the stage where people aren't desperate for it, and time will tell whether that changes or not. People are always thankful. Most people are anyway. So along with taking the refugees, we've also decided that we need to put in solar panels as a backup, and also a money saver ultimately. We contacted a guy who came out and gave us a couple of quotes, and for different levels of different systems anyway. And if anybody is interested in helping with that, just please send me an email. It'll cost around about $20,000 for 2 places here and at our home, and having the backup there for if we do lose electricity will be super. We've been told that if Ukraine loses some of or a major electrical station, then Europe will be able to supply us with electricity, assuming that Russia doesn't take out too much of the infrastructure. And we may only be a couple of weeks without power, but we've been told a heap of things in the last year by the government, and they are trying to stop people from panicking and trying to keep morale high. So they may be right. We don't know. What we're doing is we're putting in some insurance there, so that we'll have some electricity if we do lose power. But yeah, if you'd like to know more about this, please just shoot me an email, and I'll be glad to give you info. What else we've got going on? Rehab continues. They're actually all sick right now with COVID. They're doing some hard yards. We have eight guys in rehab now. In rehab, living at the house been looked after by a couple of guys who've gone through rehab themselves. But yeah, it's going well. Got a number of guys in the third stage, the adaptation stage. They're doing great. We're actually baptizing one of them this Sunday. And Sasha Shustri, who I just introduced you to, he's going to be getting baptized. Our family's doing well. Ellie's in the States. She comes back in a couple of weeks. It'll be good to see her. She's had a good time. She's actually been sharing. She shared in the church this last Sunday, and she's nervous, but she said she think it went okay, and God was glorified, so that's good. Briss is busy. Yeah, we have a number of people in our home, and of course there's lots of things going on right now with the church, unusual things, but she's doing good, and yeah, that's great. We continue to go out to the villages that we've been going to, Borodyanka, just outside of Kiev, and Novi Bikiv. Those places, they've seen a lot of destruction, so theoretically we could probably keep on going out there for the next 2 years and just help people to tidy up, to rebuild. But in Novi Bikiv, we were really encouraged this last week by a home group that we did. Kind of, I wasn't there. Mitya did it. Mitya led it in Ukrainian, first for him. And it went okay. It went good, actually. He said it was amazing. He felt like when he was sharing the gospel message that every eye was just focused, so intently focused on what he was saying. He was even a little bit embarrassed, but also just, wow, this is wonderful. God's words going out, and people they look like they're desperate to understand it. So that was nice fruit. We'll stop going out to do work parties in October. At least we plan to do that, and we'll focus more on Rish Yeshiva. We have a lot of things that we need to focus on here. Hopefully we'll have some good weather in October, in latter half of October, November, even December, so that we'll be able to finish those tasks, building tasks. So that's kind of caught you up, and with where we're at. I won't really comment on the war. There's enough info in the internet that you can just get lost in that. But as far as feelings go, the feelings that I have, and that most people have, that I talk to, is that Ukraine's seen some success in the last few weeks. It's been very encouraging. But this war is far from over. We are in for a lot more heartache and pain, a lot more funerals of young men, even in our town or from our town and the villages around, and even friends friends. Before this thing comes to a close. Thanks for praying. Thanks for being interested. And if ever you want to shoot us a phone call or an email, we'd be delighted to hear from you. So, thanks. 15 minutes.